Hello and welcome to our Hogan Levels video tutorials on digital transformation and law. My name is Henrik Hanssen. I'm an attorney and counsel in our Hamburg office. In this video, we are going to discuss the European Cyber Resilience Act, the CRA. We will look at its scope and key obligations and what it means for companies. The CRA is a new key element of the cybersecurity legislation in the EU. Its primary purpose is to reduce the cybersecurity risks that result from the ever-increasing use of digital products. Put simply, the CRA will introduce comprehensive cybersecurity standards for most hardware and software products as protection against cyber incidents. It's crucial to understand that products which do not comply with the CRA's requirements may not be sold in the EU once the CRA enters into full effect. So, to which products does the CRA apply? The CRA covers all so-called products with digital elements. This basically includes any type of hardware or software made available in the EU. There are some exceptions, for example for certain medical devices or cloud services. But think of text processing or photo editing software, video games, wearables, smart home devices. All of these will be in scope. Products with security functions like browsers, password managers, firewalls, operating systems, or microprocessors are even classified as important products and will be subject to stricter standards. There also is a category of critical products, which includes devices like smart metering gateways or crypto processors. Companies that are involved in the supply chain of any such products must make sure that they comply with the CRA covering the entire product lifecycle. To this end, it's no surprise that the broadest set of obligations applies to manufacturers. Manufacturers must first ensure that their products meet certain essential cybersecurity standards specified in the CRA before they are placed on the market. This means that manufacturers must perform and document a risk assessment already during the product development phase to identify potential vulnerabilities from the very beginning. The company would then need to implement security safeguards that address these risks. A crucial aspect of CRA compliance involves undergoing a product conformity assessment and obtaining a CE certification. The purpose of the conformity assessment is to verify that the CRA's essential cybersecurity standards are met. And depending on the product classification, obtaining a CE certification may require engaging an authorized third-party organization. For example, for most important and all critical products, it's necessary to rely on a so-called notified body to carry out an external evaluation. In addition, companies must create detailed technical documentation as well as customer-facing information and instructions for end users, including contact information. Once a product is on the market, manufacturers must continuously monitor for any emerging vulnerabilities related to their products for at least 5 years. And if a security flaw is discovered after market launch, say through customer feedback or otherwise, there must be procedures in place to timely roll out security updates or patches. Finally, manufacturers are required to notify detected vulnerabilities to relevant authorities and customers. So if companies do not comply with the obligations under the CRA, the competent national authorities may impose fines up to 2.5% of the company's worldwide annual turnover. Also, non-compliance could result in restrictions on market access within the EU, which might be an even more significant consideration from a business perspective. While all of this might sound a bit overwhelming at first, the good news is that the key obligations under the CRA are expected to become applicable not earlier than 2027. So which actions should companies take now in preparation for CRA compliance? Here are 5 recommended steps. Number 1, applicability assessment. Check against the product inventory if any of your products are in scope of the CRA. Also determine your role as manufacturer, importer or distributor under the CRA. Number 2, product classification. Determine for each product in the inventory whether it falls into the non-critical, important or even critical category. Number 3, gap analysis. Perform an assessment of the applicable CRA obligations to identify any existing compliance gaps for the relevant products. Number 4, action plan. Use the gap analysis to identify the specific action items needed to achieve full CRA compliance. Finally, number 5, implementation. Create a project plan for the implementation of compliance measures that address the identified action items. Where possible, you should integrate CRA compliance into your existing product conformity procedures. By taking these proactive steps now, companies can ensure that they are well positioned ahead of 2027 when compliance with the CRA becomes mandatory. If you want to learn more about the CRA, see the video's description below or get in touch with us. See you in the next video.